Here we are with Brunch with Brian for today, and it's International Children's Day. So many of us we have kids, and they might be all different ages, but that's one of the big reasons that we do this real estate, pursue this field, is because we want to leave our kids a great legacy. And so I want you to just focus on, even let's reduce it to the ridiculous. And I talk about this sometimes of just buying like one other house. Now you can do other deals. There's 7 different kinds of deals, and a lot of them have to do, if you're buying a distressed house, there's 3 different ways that you can exit out of an ugly house deal. If you buy a distressed house, if you buy it with terms, if you can get the seller to give you monthly payments, then a good exit strategy is a work for equity. If you don't want to fix it, you can just sell it as a work for equity. So that's an exit strategy for a distressed house that you've got terms, you have monthly payments on. If you can't get monthly payments, then there's really 2 exit strategies on a distressed house, and that's a wholesale or a flip, doing the actual fixing up the house and then selling it for a profit. So there's a couple of different strategies on your exit strategies on an ugly house, and on a pretty house, depending on what kind of deal you're looking at. Mostly we're always trying to get the only way to buy a house that's in great condition. You have to get a deal, right? Because if you can't get a deal, so how do you make a deal out of a house that they owe more than what the house is worth? This is something that's coming up now more, that the market has shifted. You're seeing more properties out there that are the seller is in a situation where they owe more than what the house is worth. Some of them have not made payments for a while, and they owe more than what the house is worth, and they want to move and they don't know what to do. So this is a situation where most investors would say that's not a deal. A house where someone owes more than what it's worth, what am I supposed to do? Write a check for more than what the house is worth just to pay off the mortgage? No. So the only exit strategy we can use on a property, and again, this is a deal that's coming around more and more now that has been, vacant in the marketplace for quite a while. This is an assigning terms deal. Okay, so you're getting terms like terms on a house, which means monthly payments, and then you're turning around and you're selling it to you're getting terms on it, but they owe as much as the house is worth. Now there's 4 uh, deal points on every creative financing deal: purchase price, monthly payment, length of term, and down payment. Those are your 4 deal points. So if you've got a house that they owe $210,000 and it's worth $200,000, would you pay $210,000 for that house? Would you agree to that purchase price? You would if the other terms are great. So what are the other 3 terms again? Monthly payment. So what if you can get $1,800 a month for that house, and their monthly payment is $1,300 PITI, and they say yes to you just taking over their payment? So that's an ideal situation. You got a $500 a month positive cash flow. So monthly payment, length of term. What if they just say, I've got 28 years left on the mortgage. I understand that you're just going to keep paying on the mortgage till it's paid off. Okay, because that's how you're going to explain it. So that would be awesome. You got basically, full seller, 100% seller financing for the life of the loan. So, and then the third factor is how much you have to put down. Obviously, if you're buying a house where they owe more than what it's worth, they're not going to be expecting to get money in their pocket. They're just trying to get debt relief and not maybe destroy their credit if they've been keeping up with the payments. And that's why I'm explaining these types of deals. This is a different kind of a deal, and most people will just reject these deals out of hand if they find out somebody owes more than what the house is worth. But don't forget, these are some great deals. Literally the purchase price doesn't even matter. The purchase price doesn't matter if the other terms are great. Okay. I can't say it doesn't matter 100%. But I'll ask you this, if somebody just somehow managed to owe 150,000 on a house that was worth 100,000, would that be worth it? Would you take that deal? Would you pay 150,000 for a house that's worth 100,000? All right. Well, if you had to do nothing down, and so that's no money out of your pocket, and then you start collecting $500 a month positive cash flow off that house immediately, that's $6,000 cash flow per year. And they give you, 28 years or however long the mortgage has. There's just no way to lose, even if you pay 50,000 more than what the house is worth. Now it might take, if there's something kind of messed up with the deal where they owe more, and then maybe the term will be extended. But essentially, you know, you are in a great spot there. So don't automatically think. And I actually want you targeting these deals. If you have a list creating program, some of them, like ours, has a feature on it called upside down. And so you can actually click on that, and there's a term underwater and upside down. I didn't intend to necessarily get into this type of deal, but it's good because it's the type of deal that's really cropping up again now, and I want you guys to be familiar with it. So again, sometimes even if you have a list creating program, especially if it may have that parameter that you can click that says, under over mortgage. Sometimes they'll say underwater, over mortgage. Those are terms upside down. Those are the main terms you'll hear for this type of house. Upside down, underwater. You know, that's because basically they owe more than what the house is worth. Don't be afraid of those deals. Those can be some awesome deals. Hey, good morning, guys. I know I'm here early. Sometimes I come in on Thursday earlier. So great to see everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So let's do those deals. Again, that's an assignee. I call it an assignment deal. I know some people in some teaching call it an AX deal, which is assigning contract terms system. That's what AX stands for. But basically, you're getting a property under contract there that they're over mortgaged, and then you're assigning the interest to the buyer. Now, I don't like to do that. I like to stay in these deals. So usually, I just turn it into a basic, creative financing deal. So if you're doing an assigning of a contract, you're actually getting the property under contract for more than what it's worth. You're getting these terms, a monthly payment, a length of term, and a down payment, and then you're actually passing those on to another buyer for an assignment fee. So like you're checking out of the deal and you're just saying, okay, Mr. Buyer, you're taking over for me. You're giving me whatever, 10 grand or 15 grand for an assignment fee. Now, so that's a one-time payday. And, that can be a deal. It can turn a deal that wasn't a deal into a deal. It can turn a deal that everybody thought was dead because they owed more than what the house was worth into a paycheck, a 10 or $15,000 paycheck, sometimes more. Okay, but if you stay in that deal, if you're going to turn it over to the buyer, why not just stay in the deal? If there's no, if it's nothing down, that's why I don't really like these, assigning terms deals. Basically, to me, that's just a creative financing deal that I'm going to stay in, and I'm not going to assign my interest to the buyer because then I'm giving away any equity that will be built up over time. And it's just, I'd rather stay in deals. The longer you're in a deal, usually the more you're going to make. All right, so it's good that you're aware of those types of deals, that they're coming back around more, especially in certain areas that went through a lot of growth, in pricing over the last few years. So watch for those deals, even target those deals because those can be some motivated sellers. All right, so I love every kind of deal. That's a different kind of deal I talked about today, but I love every kind of deal. So let's do that as remember, the what to say and what to do system teaches you all 7 deals. And this deal that I just talked about with assigning terms, that's deal number 7. All right, so I love all deals. Let's say that for our affirmation for today. We always say it 3 times on 3. I love all deals. 1, 2, 3. I love all deals. I love all deals. I love all deals. Yeah. So any kind of deal you can do. Let's do some deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Big smile. And then let it go. Relax. Deep breath in. And then to relax. And one more. Fill up those lungs. Big smile and let it go. Awesome. All right. So great day. Have an awesome day. Pursue some deals. Get some calls made today. It's always great. Getting on the phone is the highest and best use of your time in this business, mostly. That and deal meetings. So until I see you tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and of course,